The diversification of Kazakhstan's economy will give additional impetus to the country's development. The conclusion was made by the analysts of the Asian Development Bank, who presented the results of their country survey for Kazakhstan. According to the ADB experts, permanent and effective reforms will allow improving Kazakhstan's GDP by 1.2% annually. For that purpose, Kazakhstan will have to focus on economic diversification by involving the private sector. The ADB experts see vast potential in the development of food industry, agriculture, as well as production of chemicals and metal processing.
To support this, the development of manufacturing and agriculture, you need better infrastructure, particularly on transport and logistics. Those are the areas. I think this together will, would contribute significantly to the diversification of the country.
The ADB experts believe that the private sector will help accelerate diversification of Kazakhstan's economy. In order to involve small and medium-sized businesses in this process, the government needs to improve business climate and support innovative development.
We believe R&D or the technological growth is most important for the diversification, and then private sector can promote this. And then we have an example from Korea. And then in 80s, Korea's export policy is to promote export. And then in 90s, they shifted to more focus on the technology, innovation, and R&D. So their economic development policy is shifted from export-oriented or external-oriented to technology-oriented. Maybe this is Kazakhstan might want to look into.
Kyrgyzstan is attracting foreign investments for development of its regions. 2018 was declared as the year of the regional development in the Republic. Today, foreign business mainly invests in the country's leading sectors, such as mining. Moreover, areas that serve domestic markets have been targeted by foreign direct investments. This includes real estate, trade, finance, construction, and communications. The Kyrgyz government is organizing business meetings and forums, as well as cultural events, in order to strengthen Kyrgyzstan's trade and economic relations with other countries. One of such events took place in the Karakol city in Kyrgyzstan. The first international exhibition fair gathered representatives from China, Kazakhstan, Russia, Uzbekistan, Belgium, Germany, and other countries. Local entrepreneurs from Kyrgyzstan's other regions also presented their products. Today we have seen that people need new modern technology and passenger buses in the Bishkek and Karakol cities. We have signed a number of agreements. Kyrgyzstan is rich with fertile soil. There is no water problem. In general, there are all conditions to grow crops. We would like to develop the potential of agriculture. Our company has been cultivating high-grade seeds for more than 20 years. We have been conducting research for 4 years in Kyrgyzstan. We have visited the Shu and Talas regions. Now we are visiting Isikul farmers. Central Asian countries are paying special attention to strengthening the stability and security in the region, including assistance and support to Afghanistan. As a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, Kazakhstan have multiple times addressed the issue of Afghanistan at the United Nations platform. One of the most important activities is Kazakhstan's support of Afghanistan's efforts in establishing gender equality and advancement of women. The UN representatives praised Kazakhstan's role in the processes of Afghanistan's peaceful development.
Kazakhstan has been a voice to support women in the peace process, and also I see the willingness of Kazakhstan to bring Afghan women to deepen their education. And I think that the most important passport for peace and stability is education of women. So I think in that sense Kazakhstan is participating in the stabilization process by allowing young women to come, educate themselves, and then come back and get a job.
International experts highlight that in recent years, gender issues in Afghanistan have significantly changed. Women represent the state bodies. For example, a quarter of the members of Afghan parliament are women.
I think when it comes to Afghanistan, they've shown their friendship and their true fidelity to Afghanistan and the cause of women and women's empowerment. We've been so fortunate to have a good ally in the region and somebody who's really willing to stand up for Afghanistan at a time when Afghanistan really needs.
Kazakhstan, as a member of the UN Security Council, initiated the trip of the UN member countries to Afghanistan for the first time in 8 years. Kazakhstan regularly provides humanitarian aid by participating in various projects. These initiatives will be continued. Digital transformation of transport sector is one of the main objectives of the Digital Kazakhstan state program. According to government officials, 6 large projects are currently being implemented in the sector in the country. Officials are working on implementing the toll collection system on highways such as Almaty-Khorgos, Astana-Temirtau and Almaty-Kapshagay. The project developers are planning to test the system this month. The highways are expected to be equipped with modern weather stations, information boards and electronic toll collection systems with special tagging and non-cash payment options.
Ирфит – это метки, которые наклеиваются на лобовое стекло.
Radio frequency identification involves attaching tags to cars' windscreens. We have tested the system using our own software at the Astana-Shushinsk toll highway. This system allows identifying cars at any time of day or night, with any lighting and weather conditions, with 99% of accuracy. It allows for faster identification of cars. Therefore, we can transfer from barrier to barrier free toll collection system. We expect to start distributing these tags next year.
Предполагается, что в следующем году мы уже начнем раздачу таких меток.
Kazakh neurosurgeons are actively using new technologies in their work. Doctors will now treat patients with complex diseases without much risk using modern medical devices. For example, the doctors are using the intraoperative neuromonitoring equipment, which tracks the slightest change of the nervous system of a patient. The device gives feedback to surgeons on the status of the surgery.
Мы видим, что если у нас сигнал начинается здесь, мы можем посчитать, за сколько миллисекунд сигнал доходит от точки стимуляции до нерва.
Based on the Medical Center Hospital of the President's Affairs Administration, foreign specialists conduct a series of master classes. Recently, the neuromonitoring equipment of the latest generation was purchased from Germany.
Нервы и, например, ткани опухоли похожи друг на друга.
Nerves and tumor tissues look alike visually. They are all pale gray color. Even the most experienced surgeon sometimes finds it difficult to see the area where the healthy nerve ends and the tumor begins. In this case, the neuromonitoring equipment is truly like a mine detector for a sapper, which allows seeing the boundaries of the healthy functioning nerves.
Здоровых работоспособных нервов.
The modern device ensures that surgeries are performed with low risk of negative consequences. Moreover, the rehabilitation process for patients is also shorter. With the help of the device, surgeons are able to rate thyroid gland diseases, severe forms of epilepsy, and tumors which are difficult to reach. In the last 10 years, over 37,000 patients were treated, with more than 25,000 surgeries performed, and 66 new neurosurgical technologies were introduced in the National Center of Neurosurgery. Doctors from Mangistau region are using advanced medical technologies as well. They performed a complicated aortic prostatic surgery for the first time. Preparation for the surgery took 1 year. Local surgeons were trained at seminars and practiced in the leading clinics in the Republic.
Дальше будем развиваться, не будем останавливаться.
We will continue to develop. We will not stop here. We want to make sure that people can afford the cardiac surgical help. There are many types of surgeries for aneurysms. We have a base to grow.
Разновидностей при аневризмах. Есть куда расти.
Experts highlight that the consecutive development of medicine is taking place in the Republic. Kazakhstan today offers medical services which meets the international standards. The local doctors are also using the latest medical equipment with advanced technologies. Kazakhstan took part in the ABU Asia Pacific Robot Contest 2018. The Kazakh flag is well recognized by participants. Kazakhstan is the only country from Central Asia in the championship. Only technical university students of the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union member countries participated in the competition. The International Institute of Information Technologies has been representing Kazakhstan in the contest since 2012.
Leaders
are the developed countries where Robocon has become very popular. For example, 200 teams are competing to represent China in the international championship. The same thing is happening in India. Recently, we have talked to a team of Egyptians. They say that 7 teams within one university are competing to represent the university. Kazakh students presented a mechanism made of aluminium profile, electric motor, microcircuits and plastic bottles at the contest. They invested $10,000 into the invention and finished the work in 2.5 months. Thanks to the support of our university's leadership, we can realize our ideas and showcase our inventions. We also see other inventions from other countries. Two mechanisms must meet the conditions set by the competition organizers. It is based on a traditional Vietnamese game played on the eve of New Year according to the lunar calendar. Based on the rules, one robot has to throw a ball to another robot. The second robot has to quickly throw the ball into a ring, and the ball should touch the table at the same time. 19 teams from 18 Asian countries compete for the prizes.
Actually, I'm very optimistic. The ABU Robocon has been there for 17 years, and every year it is getting stronger and stronger. And as you have seen, now fans, students, talented university students are very much supporting this event.
The Vietnamese team won the robot competition. Meanwhile, Mongolia will host the next competition in 2019. The Anaga Tagzym Center of Spiritual and Moral Education, which is the first center of this kind in Kazakhstan, will be opened in Aktobe. The complex was built in the form of a mother's snow white headscarf. This is a unique project that will convey stories of great Kazakh women like Bopai Khanum, Nursulu Topalova, Rosa Zhamanova, and Aliya Moldagulova, to name a few. The facility is estimated at 350 million tenge and was built at the expense of philanthropists. In addition, the center will conduct family trainings with the participation of psychologists as well as music and dance groups. Classes for knitting, sewing and culinary will also be available at the center. As part of this forum, we want to launch the Kiz Yildin Korki project. Thanks to this project, we will embrace the education of our girls. Designers, choreographers, educators, and methodologists will work with them. This year, the Hazret Sultan State Historical and Cultural Preserve Museum will turn 40 years. The repository located in Turkestan is the center of the cultural and historical heritage of the Kazakh people. It stores countless numbers of important archaeological findings, antique items, manuscripts, ancient coins, and more. Part of these valuable exhibits were showcased in the National Museum in Astana at the Pearls of Turkestan Traveling Exhibition that opened in the Kazakh capital. According to Director of Turkestan Museum, Nurbolat Ahmedjanov, they selected the best items of the Hazret Sultan collection, especially for the exposition in Astana, such as original bricks of the mausoleum of Khoja Ahmed Yasawi, coins, ceramics, lamps, and models of Tai Kazan. A manuscript of Khoja Ahmed Yasawi's famous work, Diwani Hikmet, took a special place at the exhibition.
Diwani
Hikmet was published in Kazan and Tashkent. As you know, it's Khoja Ahmed Yasawi's major work. He started writing this important work at the age of 63 when he reached the Prophet's age. The first International Almaty Film Festival will be organized from September 15 to 19. The event will feature 10 films from Kazakhstan, France, Russia, the United States and other countries. Winners will be determined based on nominations such as Grand Prix, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress and Special Jury Prize. Well-known artists will evaluate the work, including actress Natasya Kinski, French film producers Marc Ruskar and Pierre Spengler. 21 films have been declared in the Out of Competition program and the best film will be selected by UNESCO representatives. The focus is on children's cinema. Famous animated film The Lion King will open the festival. Director of The Lion King, Rob Minkoff, will visit the Almaty Film Festival.
Хотелось бы отметить, что основная миссия нашего фестиваля, если смотреть с творческой точки зрения, то это сближение культур.
I would like to highlight that in terms of a creative standpoint, the main goal of our festival is the rapprochement of cultures. We want to attract international projects to our country, particularly to our city. We can join forces with our foreign colleagues to choose Almaty and the Almaty region as locations for filming. Of course, this is primarily a big support for private and commercial cinema to join the international level.
Поддержка частному кино. То есть коммерческому кино, для выхода на международный уровень.
International music festival titled Discover Silk Road Star was held in the Georgian city of Batumi for the first time. The event brought together representatives of Kazakhstan, Tajikistan and 14 other countries. The contestants performed global hits and popular compositions of their countries. In the finale, they performed a composition in Georgian language. According to organizers, the festival will be held annually and not only in Georgia. Georgia is one of the key parts of the Silk Road. In addition to the political position, friendship is another important aspect that can bring people together. Music has a uniting power. I would like to mention that the contestants are experienced performers. Miras Junugusov represented Kazakhstan at the competition. The 18-year-old singer's unique vocals impressed the audience and the judges. The youngest contestant passed through 3 stages and advanced to the finale. Emilia Yagubova from Azerbaijan won the competition through public vote. Unique pictures showcasing the beautiful nature, unique ecosystem and precious heritage of the Koreans are being demonstrated in Astana. A photo exhibition titled Dokdo, Beautiful Island of Korea, opened in the Kazakh capital to reveal the works of photographer Kim Jong-kwon. The unique exhibition features about 30 selected works of the photographer. In his works, Kim Jong-kwon tried to reveal the fascinating beauty of the ancient island. According to the event organizers, the photographer has a unique style of presenting the island's beautiful nature. Dokdo is distinguished by its beautiful nature and unique coastal flora and fauna. We recommend visiting this beautiful Korean island. It is very beautiful in all seasons. I would like to mention that the archipelago is a great touristic destination. The visitors of the photo exhibition can see the beautiful works of photographer Kim Jong-kwon to learn more about the island. Residents and visitors of Astana can learn about the incredible landscape works of the popular Korean photographer in the Korean Culture Center. The exposition will be opened until the end of September.
Yardım verip sürekli karşılanıyor. Stad Respublikası'nın özleri köpögen atı olsa da bırak atı başkarabilgen. 15 3 ayaklar koşup 15